Hello, everybody. It's Gloria from Gigi the Crochet Queen. Welcome back to my channel. And for Dr. Katrina, thank you for your continued membership. For my new subscribers, welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for subscribing. And for my returning subscribers, thank you for returning. Hello, Jan. How are you today? Thank you for the thumbs up. What is your weather like? Hello, Sam. How are you today? Morning. What's for lunch? I'm starving. I had a calzone. That's what I had for lunch. And I was trying to cut down on my coffee, but I am very tired today. So I'm on my second cup because I was up to 3 in the morning. Because I was telling my daughter when she came home from work, I saw a gorgeous granny square top that came across. If you go through all those reels on Instagram, you get all these different things, and it popped up, but I didn't know how to save it. I didn't know how to find it again, and I kept looking for it, and I just like forget it. But I remember what it looked like, so I went to YouTube to see if I could find the pattern for it's a granny square, but it's not a basic granny square. It's a lot of things going on. And I did find a pattern. She's Turkish. I know she's Turkish because the lady that I follow that I love her dolls, she's Turkish. And when the lady started counting, I was like, okay, I've heard those words before. So I'm guessing she's Turkish. So I saw her pattern and I was like, oh, cool. I'll be able to redo it because now I found a pattern. It's going to be hard to kind of figure out, I can, put it in English, but, sometimes the translation is a little off, but I'm a very visual learner. So I was like, great. And so when I was telling my daughter about it when she got home and I was going through and I was like, well, how do you say things on Instagram? And as I was going through, it popped up again. I was like, oh, here it is. How do I save it? And she clicked on, she said, oh, it's a advertisement. So you can't save it. Or I think, or whatever she said it was. And anyway, so I clicked it. So then at least I can see what's going on with it. And I was able to buy the pattern. And I'm so excited. But it was interesting because if I only bought just that one pattern, it was like almost $9. But I got 5 patterns for $17 and something. And that was a good buy. It was a good buy. But let me show you what I'm talking about because I started working on it last night. I was like, why am I starting this? Because I was watching something, I'll tell you in a second, that was really, really interesting. But this is the one right there, that yellow one. It just caught my eye. I was like, OMG, I have to have this. So I knew I had yellow yarn and it was light. The pattern is for light, what is it? The 8/4 mercerized cotton yarn. They use Iggy. I don't know Iggy like that. But I have, what's it called? It's a drink. Why can't I think of it? Do I have any in this house? Nope. Anyway, I have some 3-weight, 2-weight, whatever the yarn size is. But I had the yellow because I was going to do the Barbie doll, and I never did the Barbie doll. And I had the blue. It's like a aqua color, marine. Anyway, but I had those colors. I don't have enough yellow, so I will have to buy some more yellow because I only have one skein of it. But I will have to buy more. But I was so excited when I got this pattern. So I have this pattern. There is a granny square pattern for a bag, like a square bag. Then there's a pattern for the free pattern was a summer dress, really pretty. Then there's another pattern, I think, for another top, and maybe and another purse. So it's 2 purses, 2 tops, and a dress for $17.96, 96 cents, I think it was. So to me, it's a bargain because I'll have this forever. So I was so excited. But the reason I was up so late is because once I got the pattern, I watched Scam Goddess. Really good one. It was a good one. And for the first time, she got to talk to the scammer's children. This man pretended he was a prince from, let me see, what part of Africa was it? Ghana? I don't know. Anyway, he pretended to be a prince, and he scammed this one lady. I felt so bad for her. Her entire savings of her work history, 26, 28 years. I forget how long she had worked, but she had saved over $500,000, and he took it all. I felt the lady worked at a grocery store, and I'm getting feeling like she's always worked at that grocery store because she loves, and she's still working. I mean, right now at this point, she has no choice but to continue to work because all that money that she had set aside is gone. I tell you, scammers are. But she talked to the man's children and his ex-wife. This man is from, was it Ohio? It wasn't Cleveland, Ohio, but I think it was in Ohio. But anywho, he was just a he was garbage to me. He got 20 years. I think he should have gotten life. You took somebody's life savings, you should have gotten life. And I don't know who else he scammed, but for her, that's the only one I remember because she actually interviewed the lady. I really felt so bad for her. Oh my goodness. I just can't imagine all of my money gone because somebody lied and said that they had some kind of mineral or whatever. Africa is rich with mineral, and he changed his name, found this African family, went over there, took pictures with them and everything. I was like, this is crazy. And the children did DNA tests to find out they had and it's so weird. Well, they were looking for the African part of it, and they found they had 1%. So if he was a true African prince from that family, they would have had more than a percentage. But anywho, it was a mess. And then I watched, there was something else. Oh, Paradise. If you all haven't watched Paradise on Prime, oh, it's so good. So good. I love Paradise. But then I was like, oh, because my daughter, when I sign into my tablet on Hulu, every time I sign in, I got to go and do the password and all that foolishness. And for some reason, she thinks someone else is signing in. So she tells them no, because it's under her email address. And I was like, you keep messing me up. So I watched, after I watched Paradise, and I remembered there was something on Hulu that I wanted to see, and it's called Sly Lives. Sly and the Family. I'm telling you, one of my favorite groups when I was growing up. But I didn't know a lot about Sly. I only knew about, the music. Like all teenagers, we know the music. We really don't know the people. And I probably only saw him maybe on Soul Train, or because some of the interviews and stuff that they showed that people did with him, I had never even watched those shows because they were probably after I was asleep. But he had such, for every great artist, and I'm only speaking for the Black artists that I've seen, they have such tragic lives. And he, just like Jimi Hendrix, strung out on drugs, genius. And the worst part is, if you listen to rap music, so many of the rappers have, what do they call it? Sampled his music. And his manager at the time, she said she didn't know that, all that music could be used in other ways and he could always still be getting income from it, but she didn't know. And so I'm quite sure she was very young back then, and just not aware. They probably didn't know about royalties. Nobody probably told her about it. Maybe they didn't have it then. But all these rappers have sampled his music. But the biggest sampling of his music was Janet Jackson, when Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis did her Rhythm Nations. That song Rhythm Nations is from, the beat of it is a sample from Sly and the Family Stone. Sly was such a genius. Oh my goodness. Prince, Miles Davis, who else was the big ones? Parliament, Funkadelics. People loved Sly. Sly was such a genius, but the drugs took over. And it made me sad, but at the end, it made me happy, and I had happy tears because he was able to reconnect with he has 3 children that I never knew, but he has a son and 2 daughters, and he was able to reconnect with his children. His children have a good relationship with him. And one of his daughters said, it's just like, he's a typical old Black man. So, but I loved me some Sly and the Family Stone when I was growing up. And if you were in my age group, you probably loved them too, because they were the bomb. They were singing. And this is what really got me. When I watch shows now for some reason, and it's so weird. I'm like, I'm looking at this and I'm looking at their outfits and stuff, and he wore one that was beautiful crochet hat. And there was another guy in the band that had on a crochet hat. Was there anybody else? But anyway, so I was sitting there watching it. And when he came on and he had the hat on, I was like, oh my goodness. And I was like, it's so weird. Maybe I never saw him in those hats because I was not really exposed to crochet until I was 18. And Sly was out when I was younger than 18. So, but when I saw those hats, I was like, ooh, I love it. Love it. This hat is too cool. Let me look at that. I love the brooch that's on it. I love how it's kicked, it's got it to the side. He's got that little curly thing going on. I'm sure that might be his own hair. I don't know. But that hat, I just loved it. I was like, oh. It's like, where was I when all of this was happening? Let me see. That's a good one. I like that hat. I was like, he is such. But you can tell watching that, he was high as a kite. He was higher than high. Said, let me take you higher. He was high. Oh, I got such a chuckle out of it. Oh, and this is the turban. The guy with the turban on, the orange turban. I got glare there. That's a bit, yeah. I was like, oh my goodness. But a lot of scenes, he had that black hat on, and let me show you the white one. I'm like, who did these hats for him? I was fascinated. I had to stop taking pictures so I could appreciate. Oh, he was such a handsome man. At least to me, he was. I just love that hat. That hat is so cool to me. Oh, beautiful. But he is such a genius and such a tragic story. But I'm glad he reconnected with his children. And this guy, I don't have no idea who he is, but he had on his black, green, and red hat. He was there with Miles Davis, but I wasn't looking at Miles. I was looking at this hat. Just a simple hat. It's like, this is such a, this is the white one. Simple, big old hat with just a little ruffling around the edge of it. Oh my goodness. I was so hooked watching this. And then this guy has, it's a yellow hat, but I didn't get a really good picture of it, but it's a yellow crocheted hat. And then if you all remember my hat that I crocheted with the little pom-pom with the brim, because I saw somebody else with it. And then I see this one. I was like, OMG, that was the style back then. Oh, I was like a child in a candy store watching this, but I had to stop. I was like, I got to focus on the show and not just the hats and stuff that I keep seeing. But it was such, oh, you have Hulu, watch Sly Lives. If you are a Sly and the Family Stone fan, you will truly appreciate it. I was, then they showed his rap sheet of all the times he was, I think I'm guessing the first time he was arrested, he was with George Clinton. Him and George Clinton got arrested together. What a mess. What a mess. Hey, BJ, how are you today? Thank you for joining me, and I hope you did a thumbs up. What are you working on? What is your weather like? Hey, Darcia, how are you today? Thank you for joining me, and I hope you did a thumbs up as well. And what are you working on? What is your weather like? It was 71 this morning. My lawn man came, so that's why I didn't get enough sleep. But anywho, I'm up. I'm awake. Let me see. Everybody saying hello, hello, hello. Darcia says, I have water in my cup, shawl on my hook. What kind of shawl? Ah, thank you, Darcia. I hope y'all enjoyed going down the crazy lane with me. No, it wasn't Nigeria, Sam. It wasn't Nigeria. Let's see. Hey, Renee, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming on to my Whatnot show. I appreciate the support. Yes, Sam. Yes, I was so sad for that lady. So sad for her. Did she get any? Nope. Far as I no, they said as soon as the money came in, it was spent. So that's why she is still working. She's not gonna get a dime back. Nothing. It's so sad. People take advantage of someone. Hey, Brianna, how are you today? Thank you for joining me, and I hope you did a thumbs up. What are you working on? What's your weather like on your end of South Florida? Oh, VJ say it's 38. I'm working on convertible mittens. Is that the ones that flip up, or why is it convertible? Listen, I'm still trying to figure out why you people in cold weather have fingerless mittens, because my fingers are going to be cold. I want to be covered. Maybe that's fall wear. I don't know. Are you doing a triangle shawl? Okay. Oh, those are the quick ones. Okay, so it is the one that it acts as a mitten, and you can flip it up so your fingers are out and visible, and you can do things. When we went to New York 100 years ago to see the color purple, and it was in the 40s. Yeah, I think it was in the 40s, and we went in April. was cold. Anywho, we were out walking at night and people were out there selling all kinds of stuff, the phone cover, all kinds of stuff. But there was a person selling mittens and I bought me some mittens. Brianna said it was a great balance of cloudiness and sun. I was actually enjoying nature, but I had to start cooking for my mom's birthday dinner. Oh, tell mom to say happy birthday. Hello to all the lurkers. Thank you, Darcia. Hello to the lurkers. I appreciate you all for joining me. So what have I been doing? Working on my bunnies. Working on my bunnies. Because I have to get some more made for my bunny sale on March 8th. Join me, please, on Whatnot. It's going to be my bunny sale. So someone, I posted the latest one I made. She is big. She's a big girl. See how tall she is? She's taller than a ruler. So I'm guessing she's about, the ruler is 12 inches, so she might be about 14 inches. So that's a little one that I did. She's the one I was working on yesterday. And so instead of using that safety nose, I just went ahead and made her nose. And I melted the backs on the eyes so that they won't pop out. And I forgot to, because I'm using my, the long, what do you call it? Lighter, but I want the shorter one. I bought a smaller one from the Dollar Tree, but I couldn't even click it like that. So ticked off. I used to have, I don't know what I did with them. I used to have those fancy lighters because I bought the fancy lighters for the candles. But they're the ones that you flip the top up and you click it, and but you have to put the lighter fluid in there all the time. So I think that's probably why I stopped using it. But anywho, and I would have to go to the where did I get? I think I had to go to a smoke shop to get the lighter fluid because I don't think you can buy that stuff in the stores. Anyway, I don't even know if I even have those things. And if I have them, they probably don't work because I've had them forever. But anywho, someone saw my picture on my Facebook group and asked if I could do a tutorial. Now, mind you, that pattern is a mixture of patterns, but the base pattern of it is from somebody. I can't remember. I have her name written down. I don't remember off the top of my head. I don't remember a whole lot of anything off the top of my head. I try. Don't always succeed. But I got my Crochet a Monster book. This book must weigh 3 pounds. It is so heavy. The critters. Because this year is my year to work on more amigurumis. Because I don't really, I do hats, but I don't per se make clothing items to sell because I don't like playing around with sizing. So I usually make wearables for myself outside of hats because I don't wear hats because it's too hot for me. But I looked at this when I looked at the lady's YouTube channel that was talking about this book and how much, she paid more. I was grateful to get the discounted version of it. But I like it because it has some interesting perfect. Oh, it's got toes. I'm excited. Look at the toes. I'm excited. But it has so many options in it. And that is, let me go back, find those toes so I can come back to it. Ooh, that's great too. But I like books that give you all kinds of information, tricks of the trade. Those are my favorite. And as big as this book is, I should have a whole lot of tricks of the trade. because it is huge. I haven't had a book this big since I was in nursing school. Oh, I'm loving this book already because it's got toes. It's got toes. It's got toes, Lord. It's got toes. And I did the toes. Now I know these are monster toes because it's got but you can always try to make it I'm not going to do it for a doll. I'm definitely going to do it for a monster, but I love it. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Stay tuned. You probably see a whole lot of monsters out of me between now and December 31st. Because my goal is to try to make more. But how many pages is this thing? Oh, she's got some other stuff coming soon. 352 pages. And the last one, some other little critters coming. Cute. So I'm excited about this book. It has all these humongous eyes, like that one with the big, those eyes must be like a 50-millimeter eye. It's so big. All right. Brianna says, oh, wow. Yeah. It's got a whole lot happening. I can't wait to have time to just absorb it all. Because, when I get off of here, I got to go back to work. Because I definitely have to go back to work because Friday I am off. And Monday I am off. Am I off Tuesday? Yeah, I think I'm off Tuesday. Yep, I'm off Tuesday. So I'm off 3 days. So I got to get caught up. I'm so behind. It's ridiculous. Just never ends. So I see that the idiot fired the Joint Chief of Staff. And I did catch that town hall that was in Georgia, my birth state. I said, they are so much nicer than I would have been. I haven't heard near or tell of anybody in Florida doing any kind of town halls. Nothing. We have someone running for mayor. I don't know either one of the people. All I do is get their garbage. And they say they are, I should say non-denominational, but that's church. And they don't say they're independent, no party affiliation or whatever. But when I look at their signs look like they are party affiliation to the other side. So I have to do some research because our election is March 11th. I need to find out about these people. One guy I already don't like. He says, stop stupid spending. I said, that sounds like the idiot. Yep. Yes, the idiot. The orange idiot. That's what I call him. The orange idiot with the other idiot with the 13 children. And I was thinking, I said, so all of these agencies are disappearing one by one. So I guess we won't have a true unemployment history, unemployment number at the end of the month. Because I'm sure he's going to tell whoever is in charge of that to lie about it. But we all can see what's happening. We can all see what's happening. It's not pretty. Hold on to your jobs. Don't be late on your mortgage or anything, because these people are out to get us little people. If you are not a millionaire or billionaire, that's all I got to say. I remember once upon a time we used to say, "Oh, you got to get a good government job." Mm-mm. Now we can see how easy it is to get rid of people in government when the wrong person is in office. I can't even imagine abruptly. I mean, I've been fired before, but it wasn't on a career job that I rely on. It's my income, but that has to be such a gut punch, such a gut punch. Even the ones that are still on probation, they're not. And I don't know why they have such long probation. When I was in the Army, I thought the probation, or because we used to have a going joke that for federal workers, it takes an act of Congress to get rid of them after 90 days. Yeah, I think after 90 days, we used to say. But I guess the act of Congress is the lunatic. And then he tried to challenge the Maine governor. She said, "I'll see you in court." I was like, "Yes, lady, yes." Let me see. The AP has filed suit against the press secretary. I heard that. She is, she is such a cocky person. You know, that feeling of invincibility, like nothing is going to touch me. I want that. I want to know how that feels. I really want to know how that feels, because that's all I see when she comes out there talking crap to people. Anywho, the board of the USPS said they are not stepping down. People are no longer going to the Kennedy Center, and the governor of Maine is taking him to court. Yeah. That's the guy that he put there when he was there the first time around. So, what's his name? Vilroy. Now I can't remember his name, because he's the one that screwed up the UPS trying to take out the standing mailboxes and disturbing how they filter the mail and stuff, because he has a big stake in the brown people, UPS. So he was trying to make the United States Postal Service like the brown people. So, you know what? That's his garbage. What's his name? Viceroy? No, it's not Viceroy. Oh man, I used to know his name. It just rolled off my tongue years ago. I don't remember it now. Right, government jobs aren't safe under him either. Nope. Nothing is. Not a thing. We are in unsafe waters. The sharks are loose. And they are smelling our blood. That's what they're doing. I might have the wrong state. He called the governor out and told her she had to get yeah, that's Maine. That's the Maine governor. Yes. She told him, "I'll see you in court." Woo. My daughter says, "Oh, I hope they don't do anything to Jasmine Crockett." I said, "She's an elected official. unless her state votes her out, she all right. But or her constituents vote her out. I said she's all right. But then, I don't know. I don't know. Nothing is safe anymore. That's a woman. What man are you talking about? Oh, I'm talking about the man that's in charge of the Postal Service. His name is Viceroy or Kilroy or I don't know. He's got some name that I can't off the top of my head remember. But I remember him how he destroyed the postal. That's why the Postal Service, to me, the Postal Service was always pretty efficient. I mean, everybody's had issues, but when he took over, and when President Biden came in, I kept saying, why doesn't Biden get rid of this man? And he never got rid of him. And he's still there, creating chaos. Lovejoy. Is that his name? Garbage. I've enjoyed Jasmine for a long time. Me too, honey. She gives them pure hell. She doesn't back down. She's a smart woman. She goes toe to toe with all of those idiots. They can't stand her. They can't stand her. They can't stand AOC. And the lady from Massachusetts, is she from Massachusetts? Yeah, I think she's from Massachusetts. I can see her in I cannot think of her name. But the lady from, is she from Minnesota? She's been pretty quiet. I think she's from Minnesota. Kumar, Representative Kumar. I think her name is Kumar. I think she's from Minnesota. She's been really quiet. Oh, okay. It's not the department head. It's the board. Oh, the board. Okay. Okay. There's another lady that's in charge of something. And she said she wasn't going anywhere either because until they have a replacement for, she wasn't going anywhere either. Somebody has to stand up to this foolishness, and these Republicans are just sitting around sucking it up like it's the best piece of chocolate cake they've ever had. And Rubio is such a friggin' disappointment. I didn't like him anyway. He's from Florida, never liked him. But for him to do to Ukraine what he's doing, I can't. I said, what a slug. You're a doggone Cuban American, and you want to treat a sovereign country. I don't know. Oh, yes. Ayanna Pressley. Yes. Summer Lee, Greg Kasar, Jasmine, ALC are fighting back. Summer Lee. Is she new? I don't know Greg either. Are they new? My congressperson, he's always outspoken. I love him. He's always outspoken. They said the Republicans are afraid for their families since the release of the 1,600 felons. The head of the Proud Boys was unalived. Huh? Hey, Shatika, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Blessings to you as well, and hope you had a thumbs up. What are you working on? What is your weather like? Yes, that's why she said she would see him in court. What do you mean the Proud Boys was unalived? Was he killed? Is that what you're saying? No, I know he was arrested. He's another piece of garbage. Oh, jeez. The trash just goes around, goes around, goes around. I was saying I hope that the chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff was already forewarned, because they had already put that in the universe. When that news person asked them about that man's job, and he slapped him on the back, said, "Oh, yeah, he's all right. He's all right." I was like, he's getting fired. Sure enough, a day later, he got the boot. As Rachel says, watch what they do and not what they say. Get in there. Oh, where am I? Okay. Okay, I'm missing something. Let me see. Was online? Yes, that's why she said she was. Okay, blessing. He said to the governor. Yep. What's yes, VJ? YouTube don't like you saying that K word. Oh, really? It's a that's crazy. Why don't they like that? That's a word. It's not a curse word. It's not. So when did that happen? That is like BJ the farmer statement is RFK wants to send people that are the problem, as in the neurodivergent, to farms. Hey, Crystal, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. I don't even know. I I don't even know where to go with this administration, except for I just have to make sure I can figure out a way to make sure I have money set aside, because nothing is guaranteed anymore in this country. Nothing. They are sitting right now trying to figure out how to take away Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and the states that get most of that are the Republican states. And until one of them gets their funds snatched away, they're just going to go along with it. I can't remember which one of the Congress people was doing a town hall, and one of the constituents said to him, "Is there anything that he will do that you will say no to?" Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the guy said, "Like what? Tell me what." I once again identify as a problem. Good God. Oh my goodness. No, she doesn't. No, nobody's a problem. Nobody. They want us to feel that way. Now, VJ, you're gonna have me searching for stuff that I haven't heard, but I haven't watched the news because I was engrossed with Scam Goddess, Paradise, and Sly. They kept me grounded last night because I had to go. Oh, and the book that I returned, I got the same book back, another book from Amazon, the Amigurumi Friends book, and it has the same cutoff on the Gemini. So I just took the same one that they sent me because they had a bent on the cover, which I don't like. I like my books to be nice and smooth when I get them. So I just put it back in the bag and took it back to the Amazon drop off. I said, I guess that is an issue. We're just gonna leave it right there and just keep the book because I want to make another bunny anyway. And I wasn't gonna send it back until I got the replacement, but it's the same problem. So I just kept the book I already had and sent the new one back. I hate to even mess up my own books. It bothers me. My daughter told me that what's his name? The Amazon Bezos is taking away. If you don't have Kindle, then you can't keep the books, or I don't know. She was talking about something. I don't know. I have Kindle, so I don't know. Couldn't we just stop subsidize to Musk, Zuckerberg, and Bezos? We, these people pretty much rule this country. I went to my daughter is making beef stew now. Why? She must have had it somewhere, and she wanted to try it, but just off the top of her head, I guess she remembers what was in it, so she thought she could just make it, no recipe, nothing. So then she says she tasted it, and she's like, "It's missing something." I mean, what do you mean it's missing something? And so then she's like, "Well, I guess I should have gotten a recipe." I was like, "So you making something you've never made before, and with no recipe?" So I said, "Okay, let's go look at the recipe." And first I told her to call my mom because my mom used to do beef stew. I've never cared for beef stew myself personally. So when I opened up some of the recipes, the one thing she didn't have was potatoes. I said, "Well, potatoes is like a necessary thing as far as I'm concerned in a beef stew." So and she had to go to work. So I told her, I said, "Well, I'll go and pick up the potatoes." So she's like, don't peel them, keep the skin on it. She's like, Wendy's has made me appreciate skin on potatoes. I said, okay, cool. Because I don't mind. I like the skin on mine too. So I scrubbed them up, but I went to Aldi's because my first thought was Target. But after she said that she had gone there, she used to buy this stuff, Ghetto Gastro, I think it was called. And she said she went and they didn't have any of it. And I told her, I said, that's Target's plan. All of the Black owned businesses, if they're not doing really well, once their stuff is sold out, they're not repurchasing it anymore. That's my thought. And I might be wrong, but that's my thought because since they don't want to do DEI. So I was like, I said, Aldi's is a German company. And I don't care that the Germans don't like me, but it bothers me when American companies don't appreciate me. So I said, well, let me just go over to Aldi's. I know they have potatoes. They have what I'm looking for. So I went over to Aldi's, got a bag of potatoes, got calzone pizza, because they had individual ones, $2.96, I think it is. And I've got a package of bacon, $3.99, and I got some almond milk. All of that was $15 and something. I didn't feel bad. Gave him a 20, got change back. I said, if I had gone to the other store, I may not have gotten change back. So I don't know. I'm just in a quandary. Aldi's has become my new place to shop. Oh, I'm such a hot mess. Such a hot mess with this foolishness with this country. Let me see. LLBJ, I know, but I have 3 neurodivergences, ADHD, autism, and PTSD. Listen, I think a lot of us got a little bit of that going on in some way. I feel like I have PTSD right now. This country is, whew. Must be a problem with the printer. Hmm? What you talking about, VJ? What printer? Did I miss something? Oh, I must have missed something. Brianna, what are you laughing at? Let me see. Where you have to write to your senators and congressmen? I just wrote them about the budget. The only way to stop their consumer money is to stop going to their sites. Yep. Get off Facebook, YouTube, and Amazon. Yep. Like I said, they got us. We don't have balls, but they got us by the balls. Yes, use it as little as possible. And if you all don't know, February 28th is a blackout day. And don't buy everything on the 27th. Don't buy everything on the 26th. If you can go that whole week without purchasing something, that's a good thing. I feel like it should be a week. Shouldn't be a day. It should be a week. Let them feel the pain. Use the goods, unite us app to see who gave money to whom. What Roland Martin and he will tell you, what Roland Martin and what he would tell you are the black brands at Target. Yeah. And then as I was scrolling through, what was I on? Instagram, two ladies popped up. They were talking about the blackout on February 28th. And they were all, one of them talked about Nile, which is a list of Black-owned companies. And then the other one talked about another app, but I can't remember off the top of my head what the other one was. So I went and looked at the Nile one. Was it the Nile one? It had to be, because that's the only one I can remember. But, it's very hard to fight these people because they own so much. 20 billion from our government alone. And that's why he's the richest man in the world. That's why when I watched that story about the couple where the lady killed her husband with the insulin, and they said that anybody can be in business with the federal government. You just have to go look at their list of what their needs are, and if you can provide it, you submit your application for a contract, and if you get it, you in business with the government. And that's what he did, and that's why he's the richest man in America. People stop buying them Teslas because you're paying for him to go up into space. But when I went to drop off that book at the what's the store? Whole Foods. I was like, why am I going to Whole? It just dawned on me because Amazon owns Whole Foods. Duh. Anywho, there were two ugly big truck Teslas there. Two of them. And those things cost what, $100,000 or more? It's like I was talking about on Whatnot. There's a guy. It's called Circle City. That's his website. He buys pallets of goods to sell. And people were like, oh, they don't have money for this. They don't have money for that. This man did a sale. And there's plenty of money in this country. Plenty. It's what people want to spend their money on. He did a sale, and I've never watched him. I clicked on his thing one night and just clicked on it because I was new to Whatnot, so I was just following shows. But he pops up all the time, and I never really watched one of them. So this one I watched, and I don't even know what title it is under. But he has all the bins out, and he just grabs 4 or 5 items, 6 items all at one time, and he'll say 5 items, go, and people just start bidding on it. And whatever the bidding price could be, start at $10. By the time the 15 seconds are over, somebody had purchased something. They don't know what it is. It's just in packages. It could be $50. They just bid on this one thing of 5 or 6 items. They don't know what it is. until they get it. So don't let anything stop you from doing what you want to do, because there's a customer out there for everybody. You may not be a millionaire doing it, but there's a customer out there for everybody. When I watched that show, my eyes were just, I was like, and he had done a Q&A that morning. He had me cracking up, because when he does those shows and the people just buy the stuff, and somebody said, well, do you write like a description of blah blah blah? He's like, we don't buy our things and take them out to dinner and wine and dine them. I was like, that is so crazy. I said, here I am sitting here typing in all this stuff, and he just like, boom, 5 items, go. 6 items, go. 4 items, go. Just gotta know your people. Brianna says, Nia cooking with no recipe made me laugh. And that's the first, I was really surprised, because usually she has a recipe, but now she's gonna learn. And I told her, because she was cooking the vegetables, she had taken the meat out, and she was just like pretty much making a stock kind of. And then she was gonna add the meat back in. So I told her, since she didn't have the potatoes, and so I said, why don't you just put it all in the crock pot on low, and I'll go get the potatoes, and I'll add the potatoes to it. And then while it's cooking, it'll be ready when you come home. So that's what we did. So I think before she gets home, then I'll put a thickener in there to make it a little bit thicker and bolder, and she may love her. I might actually like it. I don't know. I did taste it, because I was gonna, when I put the potatoes in there, I said, well, let me taste it and make sure it's still seasoned, because sometimes all of that, even though I didn't put any water or anything in there, I just wanted to make sure it was seasoned well, and it is. I was like, okay, it's got a good taste to it. It doesn't need any, but I love me some garlic powder, so I just put some more garlic powder in there. No more, but she did. It tasted pretty good. You said, I started Googling what I want. If I can find it cheaper than Walmart or Amazon, I shop there. Yep. You got to be mindful. That's been my motto since all this craziness has started. I said, be mindful of how you spend your money. If you can get around all of those big box stores, like when I heard that the heir to Publix gave that campaign $50,000, I was like, no. So I rarely go to Publix now. I used to go there a lot more regularly. I rarely go there now, because what they have, I can get somewhere else. Let me see. My balls are my my balls are on my chest. Thank you. That's right, Crystal. Like I said, we don't have balls. They got us by the boobs. Hey, Melanie, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. Hope you did a thumbs up. What are you working on? What's your weather like? I can't even talk today. I have to remember to go to DuckDuckGo instead of Google. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. We automatically go to Google. We're on Google. YouTube is Google. Canada and the EU have a ban on Teslas. Good. Even though we should be sad that our team lost, I love that Canada kicked butt and took names, in their prime minister gave them a little, so you can't take our country and you can't take our game. I was like, yes, Trudeau, tell him. I am glad, BJ, they have. Yes, me too. We're not, you just can't step on people just because you're the president. You ain't the president of the world. These countries are on their on without us. And we're going to be out here on an island by ourselves where our allies are going to be taking care of themselves and Canada. And we're going to be out here, as they say, assed out. Let me see. I am too already captured. But after this is over, we will have no one to trick. Nope. Nope. Nobody wants to deal with that. I posted on my Facebook page, I was cooking vegetables. The broccoli, Mexico. The mix of broccoli, carrots, and cauliflower came from 4 or 5 European countries. Who knew? Because we cannot feed 300 plus million people off of the small amount of farmers that are in America. That's what these small-minded people don't get. Woo. They don't get it. And all these farmers, because he's blocking monies, they're gonna lose their farms because, quote unquote, the agreement that they signed was President Biden's, and now he's trying to get rid of President Biden's what is it called? The Inflation Reduction Act. Okay, so it was for product of France, Poland, Portugal, Spain, and Belgium. Why did it take 5 countries to make carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower? But that's where it came from. Let me see. Chris said, unfortunately, you were right, babe. Yep. Oh, I forgot. Instagram, Whatnot. Whatnot is Zuckerberg. Like I said, they own it. They own all this stuff. It's time for Craigslist to make a comeback. Who owned Craigslist? Craigslist has such a bad reputation, though. Ooh, no. Craigslist is scary. Who is calling me? I don't know who that is. Let me see. Have y'all seen? Let me see. Trudeau has done more since he's resigned than he did before. Because he's free. It's a difference. He's free. Unlike the idiot we have that has no constraints, people that are in positions of authority most of the time have some kind of restraint. That one, we got none. Have you all seen the video of X telling Trump oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Little boy knows more than he does. They paid the farmers not to farm. Now they need to pay them to farm. Yep. Because the first time around, after that debacle, he had to pay them some money. Now he doesn't want to pay them any money. He don't want to pay anybody any money unless you're a billionaire. I had seafood on my hands earlier when you mentioned Scam Goddess. I was highly upset when I saw it was only 6 episodes. I know it. Those things, they're too short. Then by the time it comes, well, with the Scam Goddess, it really doesn't matter because it's, it's something different all the time. But like, I'm waiting for Lincoln Lawyer to come back because they say they're going to have a 4th season. But by the time they come back, you've totally forgot what happened before they went out for 6 months or a year or whatever. Harlem is finished. I was not happy to see Harlem is finished. What's the other one I'm waiting for? Black Cake did come back for 4 new ones, maybe, which I was happy to see that. I'm waiting for Kerry Washington's Unprisoned, if they're going to do any more. There's another one that I can't think of right now. I don't know if Bridgerton is going to do anything new. It'd be nice. Little boy repeating what he heard daddy say. Uh-huh. Oh, you know that, because where else would he come, a 3-year-old, bring that up from? And then his 13th baby child, she put it all out there on Instagram. Not in Yeah, no, on X, on his own thing. I tell you, Reese Waters, he is just giving us all the tea. All the tea. His son is the prime example of education starts at home. That little boy, hears that, all of that from his papa. His crazy papa. And that little stunt with him and the chainsaw, I was like, it just made my stomach just boil. Absolutely no regard for the people that are being affected. And the one man's like, well, why are you all doing this so messy? Telling all those lies and telling the people they're being dismissed for poor performance. And the one lady's like, I've never even had a performance review. Woo! This country. Thank you, Melanie. I'm working on another one. I got to get these bunnies done. I want to have I want to have more than, I don't know how many I have, but I want to have some more. Because every time I see another yarn color, I'm like, ooh, that would be a cute bunny. And I just happened to look over and I saw my Heartland. I love this Heartland. I use this for hair color on a doll. I love this. I was like, oh, that's a beautiful yarn. This would be a beautiful bunny. Uh-oh. I'm talking. Took my stitch marker out. I don't even know how many. Okay. Don Lemon has been stepping up to the plate, but I like Reese's. I do too. I didn't appreciate him at first, but he's grown on me. Oh, from the moment I saw him, I was hooked. I love how he's looking the other way. Oh yeah, I see you. I love that. It just I was like, he is so creative. That was my first thought, the creativity of it. That's what I really, and just sitting there, talking to you, or got the earphones on and talking in a mic and all that. I love the humor of it. I love the interaction of him, just as he says, his inner thoughts. I love it. I could watch him all day, but I have to step away at sometimes. They've gutted the IRS, so they can't be audited. Yep, exactly. So I'm like, well, I wonder how much what's the word? Not what's the word? How many people were gonna have falsified information on there, and how many people gonna be claiming children they don't have because there's nobody there to audit? Let me see. I am not trying to jump conclusions, but it's suspect. It's the truth, Gigi. Naughty Nana does also good. She gives the Canadians. Oh, I don't know about her. I'm gonna have to check her out. Okay, everybody saying hello. Yeah, I always like that's why when all this craziness started happening, I said we need to make sure we have friends outside of the United States so that we can always know what's going on in the other countries because this man's trying to make the news people only Fox News. He already said when he was running that he was going to get rid of all of the other news stations. He's going to try it, but I don't think these news stations are going to lay back and accept the foolishness. Like I said, if we don't keep fighting and paying attention, we're gonna end up like Hitler in Germany. They said something I saw or heard someone say it took. I think they said it took a month for Hitler to take over. Well, we are already at a month, and we can see what is already happening, and it's nothing good. Nothing good. Let me see. Oh, I'm missing something. Darcy and VJ, they sure did. Now I wonder, will it work for us not to be audited? No, they're gonna audit us because we need to pay for their tax cuts. Most other countries right now feel sorry for us. They sure do. They're looking when he was in office the first time. They felt sorry for us. They were like, "What the hell is going on in America?" In the what do you call them? The British, and I don't know if it's all of Britain, England, whatever, with the Brexit thing. That was a mess. Musk is down on trans because one of his sons is and changed his name to her mother's maiden name. Did you all hear about the lady that she was on Hunter Games and some other show? They changed her passport to male. She's trans. They changed her passport to male. So I am guessing she never, I don't know if she's had the surgery and just never changed her birth certificate. I don't know how all that works. But she said it's going to be interesting when she tries to go overseas and they see a M instead of an F on her passport. I don't know. I don't know. I just think it's just all crazy. I feel like I'm living in a real life V for Vendetta. Oh, yeah. Because he said he was going to do that. Gigi, that's what he wants. Yes, it is. Someone posted in the Facebook group, the cat ladies. Oh, she was the one that posted about the lady that had her passport changed. And I said, and she said, she must have said, well, why would they do that or something like that? I said, that's the point. Cruelty is the point. If you are an other, meaning you're not white, male, Christian, straight, billionaire, we are others. And they have the power right now. The one black person, one Indian, I think he's Indian, Cash Patel. That's his cabinet makeup. The rest of them white billionaires. I, I don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Yes, and the Josh, because as a conservative, he has been a crap. A lot of them are crap fathers. I don't know what that conservative crap means. I don't know what evangelical Christian, I don't know what any of that means because as far as I'm concerned, if you can be cruel to another human being, you ain't learned nothing about the Bible. You haven't learned anything about Jesus, Allah, um, God, whatever, whomever you pray for, the person you're praying for cannot be that cruel. And if they are, then don't put it on Jesus. Don't put it on God. You see, so somehow I think they will find us. They are already investigating the governor who said she would. Oh yeah, oh yeah, they're out to get her. They probably got some people in her state trying to do a recall on her if they do recalls. Every state doesn't do a recall. Their perverse ways are showing because when I meet someone, I don't think what's in their pants. I don't either. And when I saw that article about that lady, I was like, she's trans? I would have never guessed she's trans. But I mean, who thinks that way? Who even though I know Laverne Cox is trans, when I see her, until she speaks, because she still has a listen, the girl was calling me sir. So that means nothing. Brittany Grimes, she has a deep voice. She's had a deep voice since she was a little girl. Mine became deep because I was out yelling cadence when I was in the army. So it changed my vocal cords were damaged. When I got to permanent party, I spoke like this because my voice was. That's exactly how I sounded. For months, I had to go to occupational therapy. My vocal cords were damaged. But this is them. They want us all to drop our pants to see what we are. I don't. It's ridiculous. There was one who was trying to leave the country for the birth certificate. That must be the same lady. They said they were told not to. She said she was trying to get out. Woo! You can't stay and you can't go. We can't escape. But I did tell my daughter to get her passport. Oh, you have a deep voice too? Yeah. That girl kept saying, "Sir, sir." I just let it go. I said, I don't have time for that. I'm too tired to talk to her and tell her I'm not a sir. Even though I told you my name was Gloria. I don't know any man named Gloria. Now I know men named Shirley, but I don't know any man named Gloria. Anywho. So if they are going to give money to the states, they want states to take care of their own problems. Do we need to file federal taxes? Girl. And Florida don't have a state tax. Can I just have all of my money? Can I have all of my money? Please. I need my money. Because I've been called sir many times on the phone. Yeah. When I first got out of the army, but this was the first time in a long time someone called me sir. I said, let the little girl go. I'm just gonna let her go. I cannot be bothered today. I'm too doggone tired. But anywho, that's the state of this country. A hot, hot mess. But I really feel bad for everybody. Because like I said, if you are not with them, you are not a part of that clique. And since we are not billionaires, we are not a part of that clique. And they're going to have people praying, doing the Lord's Prayer in school again. They're going to have the 10 Commandments up. They already do it in Oklahoma. All these states, they want to pray, and then they don't want to take care of the people. It's an oxymoron, and it's an oxymoron, and we have morons running the country. I mean, why pay federal taxes if federal assistance is not being stopped? It's being stopped. Exactly. Exactly. If you're going to do away with Medicare and Social Security, I want all the money I put into it. I do too. Every dime since I was 16 years old. Every friggin' dime. If you want me to take care of myself, and then this foolishness about, oh, we're going to give everybody $5,000. That's trillions of dollars America does not have. Period. Mm, 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 mm. Say it again, BJ. Say it again. I want every dime. I have not, I've had, let me see, 2 months of unemployment pay, I think. I think I got one check when I first got out of the Army. And then when I got laid off from my other job, I may have gotten 3 checks, 4 checks, I don't know. So that's the only monies I want my Social Security, and I want the monies I put to Medicare, and I think they're trying to get rid of the FDIC. I want my monies that I put towards that, because if you look at your pay stubs, they take money out for all of these governmental agencies. Give me my money back. If they don't exist, give me my money back. I want all of my money. It was taken from me for me. Me wants it. I hear you. And then why do you have Senate hearings for agencies that they are dismantling and getting rid of? Why do you need someone to run the Department of Education if you're getting rid of it? Why do you need Cash Patel if he's going to take the what is it called? Oh, FBI building and make it a museum for the deep state? Why do we need him? Just to give him a job while you take other people's jobs away that are necessary jobs? Please. He's so full of it. It's not going to do anything but put you right back where you was at first, broke, if they did the five. And listen, the people like, Trump gave me a stimmy. I was like, that is no reason to vote for somebody. I get paid every day, every 2 weeks by my company. Don't mean I want them to be president. They doing what they're supposed to do. I work for them. Give me my money. If it wasn't for Nancy Pelosi, which these dummies don't understand, if it wasn't for Nancy Pelosi, nobody would have got a stimulus check. Nobody. And if you lost your job in that time and couldn't find another one, you just SOL. Period. You can't tell some people nothing. You just can't tell them nothing. So I don't fight with it. I just roll with the punches and pray that I can just make it from a moment to moment to moment. Notice how they are messing with the Kennedys. I know, in the library, but not the others. Do you see RFK Jr. saying anything? No, because he's an idiot. I was shocked when I heard that. I was absolutely shocked. I remember going to the Kennedy Center for a concert, and it's been so many years ago. It's when I was stationed in DC back in the 80s. It had to be in the 80s, or was it in the 90s? It had to be in the 80s. Anywho, beautiful place to dress up. And now I don't think people dress up for I mean, they do themes and stuff like that, but I don't think they dress up for concerts like way back when. What's her name? Um, um, the actress from Insecure. What is her name? She dropped her membership. One of the, ladies that I know, from here, her mom owns a, they're into the arts. Her mom's has since passed away, but she posted on Facebook that she dropped her membership as well. So I guess, when they have the Kennedy Center honors, which I will not be watching, I guess, the snakes in the grass are gonna be the ones that get the awards. Hello, Regina. How are you today? Thank you for joining me, and I hope you thumbs up. I don't know if you were lurking or not, and I don't know if you saw my book, The Monsters, they did the mash, they did the monster mash, the monster mash. I am so excited about this book. Look how thick it is. 352 pages of deliciousness. This book. This book is, woo! I'm so ready for it. So ready for it. I don't even know where to start. I keep looking at all these and I don't like critters. I don't like creepy things. That is not my cup of tea. But when I saw this book on somebody's YouTube channel, they were doing I didn't even watch the review. I just went down and find it, and just when she said there's all these different body parts and it's all broken down. Oh my goodness. I said, yes, I must get this book. So I got it. Let me see. I have that on my wish list. I got it because it was cheaper. It was cheaper than what she actually bought it for. She did a pre-sale for it, and she got it for $20+. This was only 21. It was $23 with the tax. 23 something with the tax. But the original price of it is like $36. But it's a big book too. So, I mean, the illustrations are beautiful. So, it would at $36, it would have been on my wish list. But at 21, I was like, okay, I could get that. And there's two more that I want to get, but they're sitting in there. I got to get through this one. And I haven't touched Aries since the last time you were on. I was talking about it. And I keep looking at this just laying there on the couch saying, finish me, please finish me. But I haven't gotten to it, so I need to get to it. But I got to do the bunnies, and Aries is not a bunny, so Aries has to wait. It'd be nice to get Aries done because isn't Aries is in April, isn't it April? Goodness, yeah. Aries is in April, end of March, April. All right, I might pick Aries up again sometime this next week. I got through I think the hardest part, that ruffle. The horns don't look like they'll be too difficult, but we shall see. We shall see. Let me see. I have an awful question, but does anyone else have to fight the impulse to not gas in inside of lifted up trucks that applies full size? I promise I'm not mental, just mad. Let me see. Does anyone else fight have to fight the impulse to not gas? Oh, gas it in the sun. Me, I get it now. Me, I see plenty of them here. Plenty. When I see those stickers, and I always said, I wish I had You know, some of the big trucks, they have that, um, steel bumper thing that if they hit something, it's not gonna damage their vehicle, but it'll damage yours. I've always wanted one of them, always, just so I can ram it. I said, "I'm already paying too much for insurance, what's another $100 to give me peace of mind, feel like I've achieved something, just a little bit of happiness." Yes, I'm with you. Yes, it's not awful. It's just how we feel because I think some of them do that to us. I was watching, uh, I think I have an overdose of, Instagram, but I came across some man, I don't remember what his name is, that he did a story, a lady, she's a, news lady in California, a doctor, white doctor, felt privileged enough to send her an email with his whole name, where he works, phone number, and everything, told her she looked like a whore. I was like, "Whoa, the boldness has risen its ugly head again." Just shameful. Something funny I did find on Instagram was a, meteorologist. Oh my goodness, he had me cracking up. This guy uses, like, hip hop music while he does his while he's doing the weather, he puts hip hop stuff in there. And the first time I saw it, he was playing. Now I don't know if they actually hear this when he's starting his weather report, but it was playing "They Not Like Us," and the camera pans around and there's a picture of Drake on the monitor. So he's doing his thing and he's throwing in all these hip hop lyrics and stuff out. I said, I just have to follow him just so I can have some funny in my life because I was cracking up. I have never seen, like, I watch Ari on MSNBC, and his whole show, he's always got some hip hop reference and stuff to it. But to see a weatherman do it, I was cracking up. It was the funniest thing. I said, that man has talent because I don't know any of those hip hop. He was going wop, wop, wop. It's like, oh, it was too funny. Too funny. I saw a reel on that weatherman. Oh, did you? Isn't that the funniest thing? The funniest thing. Oh, you've seen, where is he? I want to know, where is he? I want to be able to go to his channel when he does the weather report. Some Yahoo in Utah wrote a bill to remove the pride flag from all schools and government buildings. They could have the city, county flag, country flags, and the Yahtzee frog. Yahtzee equals most Oh. Oh, is it? Is that what that's? I thought that was the Heil Hitler salute. Anyway, trying to keep Gigi from losing motivation. Shamar Moore has a short of him doing the Drake. What? I don't even know what's the Drake dance, girl. All of that. That stuff is so over my head because I don't listen to any of that music. But to see that weatherman doing, I was cracking up. It was just way too funny. I don't know anything about Drake. I don't know anything about Kendrick Lamar. I don't know anything about nobody no more because it's too much. It's just too much. The short time that I was on Twitter, and it was short, I was like, "This is not for me." Because unless you are there when the conversation starts, you are totally lost by the time you catch up to it. So I stopped even going long before the idiot bought it. I was off of it. But when he bought it, I made sure I canceled my account completely. Well, it didn't matter because unless you were paying at the time, he canceled your account anyway. Really? That's awful. What's the tennis player do? Oh, is that his that's his stance? I didn't know what the heck that was. I just know when they showed her doing it, and I didn't even remember that when she probably because I didn't see the match because I don't see all the matches anymore. So when she won way back when, and she did that same dance. So I don't know anything. Gloria can't even do that dance. My knees won't let me do nothing like that. Her name is Serena. Okay, Serena Williams. I love me Serena. When my girlfriend and I we go to the Miami Open, they have a beautiful mural of her there. I love the Miami Open. The weather is beautiful, beautiful. So much fun. But anywho, let me get off of here because I need to go and do some more work so I can get back because I think I'm gonna do the tutorial. Well, I got one leg done. All I gotta do is do the next leg on camera. At the time, I couldn't only come with Venus, and she's not it. Nope. Venus is not as controversial per se as her sister. She low key. That Serena, ain't nothing low key by her. Yep. Okay. One leg done. Now I got to do the other one because I'm doing my legs differently. I like the do I like the round? Nope. I like the flat. I want his legs to be flat. I don't even know what bunnies look like. I'm doing flat legs. They mine. This is my altered pattern of hers. Do it my way. Let me see. All I see is a bunch of internalized homosexuals with such a tail. Not okay. I got that. They were trying to take us back to. Child, no, they're not. They're trying to take us back to the 18, 17, 1600s. That's where they're trying to take us back to. I saw some Hispanic, whatever the politically correct word, Hispanic, Latino X, Latinx, whatever. I say they are following in our footsteps. Colored, Negro, African American, Black. We don't know what we are. We just some people with some shades of darkness on our skin. But anywho, it's like why aren't you all fighting with us? Why aren't you all fighting with us? And there were like three different black ladies looking at her like, really? I said, these people make up these videos are so talented. I wish I had the time to figure it all out to make something cute like that. But we got our own battles to fight. We've been fighting these battles since they brought our ancestors over here. Come on, man. You all voted for the wrong person, like Kendrick Lamar said, right time, wrong guy. Y'all believe the BS he was spilling, and you voted for him, and now he packing up your families and sending them back to them countries that they don't know. What we supposed to do? What, we can't take a bullet for you. Y'all wouldn't take a bullet for us. Anywho, let me get off of that. Oh, let me see. We are in the world with a bunch of narrow-minded rednecks. No offense to people living in the South. No offense, DJ. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. This is what the country was built on, and that's what the country remains. 90% staying in the cold. I'll write letters. Hmm. At one time, rednecks was a good term, but it's lost long past because it made a full 180 of what it once was. Yep, yep, because they are not happy until they bring us back to being subservient. That is their goal. They want to remove all of the brown, black people that weren't born here because they're going to have a hell of a time trying to get us that you brought our ancestors from Africa. You're going to have a hell of a time trying to get rid of us. But the ones that weren't born here, those are the ones they're targeting right now. And their goal is to bring the rest of us to our knees. And I said it before, and I'll say it again. When they get rid of all those people that work those menial jobs like agriculture, these people that have these construction companies that go out on the corners and pick up these Hispanic people to do these jobs, they're going to go to the prisons and pull all those people out to do those jobs. And like I said, in Louisiana, in that prison that they have, that's what they've always been doing. Utah, is it Utah? No, Idaho, where those Idaho potatoes come from. Prisoners do that. So they won't have they already know. They already have the blueprint. They just got to put it in motion. So I say, don't be late on your anything, because they're going to be trying any way to take away what you already have. That's my take on it. That is my take on it. Let me see. Roland Martin just dropped a video of the blacks fighting against the and I'm so sick of people putting a black face on DEI. DEI covers so much of all of these governmental agencies that provide different things for different people. But anything related to a upper hand is always a black face. Always in America. It's the same thing. The only field I will be working in is behind my house. Me and you both, girl. With my mangoes and with my avocados. And I got a little pepper. I finally got a green pepper on my pepper. No, no. Like I said, I would have been one of them Africans that they would have to throw my ass over into the ocean because I was going to be kicking and screaming all the way. Let me see who else. Let me see. I am DEI as well as a neurodivergent female. DEI is much broader than race, and they are too stupid to see it. They will hurt themselves. Wait a minute, as well. That's why, when the first, and I don't understand why the very first agency, the USA, is what they targeted. Now the farmers are realizing, oh, wait a minute now. They don't want to help other people. They don't want to help our allies. They don't feel the need to, we're supposedly the richest country. Well, we have the richest man in the world. So we are the richest country. If our government can afford to pay him $20 billion a year and more, but you can't help people that need a little bit of help. Mm, God takes care of babies and fools. Now I don't know what kind of taking care of the fools is happening, but it feels like the fools are the ones that are in charge and making all the money. Anywho, get the foods imported from other countries. They act like the little American produce isn't picked by exploited workers because they're cheap labor. Exactly. Those people, there used to be a show that came on, I think it was called American Crime, and they had this one episode about the immigrants out there picking whatever vegetable, fruit, or whatever. They were out on a farm. They had them living in these places, all bunched up together. But one of the people that were like the overseer, that's what I call him, the overseer, he was raping the men. All these undercover gay men raping this. I was so bothered by that. That is like grained in my head of this is something that probably happens on a regular basis to these people because they have no rights here and they're praying that the immigration doesn't come and take them away and they just accept whatever happens to them because they have no one that's going to help them. And that's America. Rape, pillage, kill. That is what America was built on. Trump said 1876 was the best time in this country. Yep, yep, that's what I'm saying. That's where he wants to go back to. Yeah, Crystal, I knew it was race. hmm Yes, DEI covers all, covers so much, so much. Let's see. I said, go to bed, Grandpa. That man never sleeps. Never. The white man wants to rule. They want the white women at home having babies. They want the black women in the fields and the brown people gone so poor, so the poor whites can have their homes. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yep. Texas is nothing but Mexico, but they don't want to accept that. Oh, you have to. If you ever watch any of those documentaries on PBS. Oh, and I think they're getting rid of probably be shut down in a minute. PJ ain't told a lie yet. Rihanna, you're the youngest one in here. I think we are just trying to get you to get out there and motivate your youngest, your counterparts. Um, You're right, but I am not going back and will always extend a helping hand because that's what human being. I think about the circle of life when I think about Lion King. There is a circle of life. We know every animal is not going to live because they feed off of one another, and that's how I feel America is. It's not per se the circle of life, it's the circle of power. If you aren't in power, as far as they're concerned, you have no say. They're gonna treat you how they wanna treat you, and that's it. And I love when people say, "Oh, I don't care, all the parties do the same thing." My response to them is, I would rather be with a party that at least has a heart, that at some point thinks about how this will affect people in general, than to be a part of a party that lies about family values and could care less about how things affect families. So they all, yes, either side has some kind of issue, but if you don't have a fight and you don't have anybody to fight with you, what are we going to become? A dictatorship? My problem that I found during that whole 4 years of hell that he kept raining down on his people, feeding them red meat and all that, is that Democrats were talking at this level where he was talking at that level to the people. So the Democrats kept saying, autocrat, 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 autocrat. The people that he's talking to, they don't even understand what that means. Because whatever they learned in school, if they finish school, that's all. Because they've been fed so much BS because they stay in their own little groups and they get fed the same BS on a regular basis. So they all think white power, and whatever little thing that they do that tells the rest of the people that I'm with you. Oh, I got to stop talking about this stuff, but we got 4 years of this hell, Lord, 4 years. And beyond. Because even when that's gone, look at what's left behind. And then Mitch McConnell. Oh, he is the reason we are where we are right now. He had the opportunity to end this reign of hell, and he chose not to. I'm going to read the rest of these, and then I'm going to get off of here. I can't stand it, Lord. I can't. I would never, ever thought this idiot could have gone back into the White House. But yet. Come on, thing. YouTube probably going to be blocking me. I'm glad I got my last check from them. This is free speech. That's what they say. We have free speech. Unless you are not. Where? Come on, thing. I think they're blocking me, y'all. They blocking me. Let me see. Oh, I missed a lot. Ooh, okay, let me go. Okay. BJ ain't told a lie yet. Okay. They said Americans weren't smart enough to be engineers. They closed the Department of Education and they don't want to recruit from the Black engineers. I know. The smartest of the smart. They're like, no, we don't want y'all. No, we don't want y'all. Wealth is always linked to awful and immoral things. Yep, that's why Diddy and what's his name are in prison right now, because that power that they had with their money, they misused it. But do you see the disparity of it all? We have a drunk womanizer that's in charge of the Department of Defense firing a good general that was in charge of the Joint Chief. Um, you know, some of them just don't pay the same price that we do. But we've always known that. And if anybody saw that video of those police officers beating that black man to death, that still bothers me. I don't even know how they sleep at night. Did they go out and have a cigarette and a drink and pat themselves on the back after they did that to that man? Oh God. I don't know how people sleep at night when they do stuff like that. I would toss and turn. It would not sit, but they're soulless. They're soulless. They're doggone. What's the word? Cold-blooded animals. DJs, poor whites are really in the same boat we are. No, they're not. Remember we said first time I love uneducated people. The only ones that going to put me in the office is you. They're not in the same boat as us. No. They're gonna feel the same. Have you never heard a white person say, "I'd rather be poor than black"? They're not in the same boat as us. Oh, I've heard that. I would rather be poor than black. They're not in the same boat as us. I'm not going where. I'm not going. I'm not going nowhere or motivating nobody. I've seen enough. I stay home. Oh my goodness. Yes, he did. I see it, and they're learning. Yes, they're gonna feel the same pain, but they won't be like us. I stocked up. I have no reason to shop. Yep. When I go, matter of fact, I need to go back and pick up. I picked up some canned goods when I went to the other Aldi's yesterday, and I'm gonna pick up some more rice, some more beans, and some more canned goods. Yep. So I'm flying on the 28th. So I'm going to have to spend money for somebody to come pick me up, take me to the airport. But I don't have to buy anything in the airport. And then we'll be in Texas, the state that I plan never to live. I like going to visit my friend, but as long as they got that other garbage there, no. Then keep Texas. You're going to shop yarn. No, we're not shopping. We're not shopping. We're not shopping. Let's see. What happened? Oh, I'll never forget when he was on the campaign trail years ago talking trash about people on welfare, and the crowd booed him because the state he was in was mostly white, but also mostly on welfare. Was that West Virginia? They left too many children behind. From the Bush era, No Child Left Behind. That was a joke. I saw another interesting thing on not because I'm not on TikTok anymore. What's it called? Instagram. This white dude made this when they do, it's them, but it's one, it's like a the good and evil. So he starts off, I don't want to hear any more complaints from black people. And so I say, why? Because they did it. And he say, why? And he did it. And he say, why? And basically he was trying to say they have all the opportunities that we have, and I don't know why they're complaining, and blah 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 blah. And he finally got, and every time he would say why, and he would give him a response, and he finally got to the realization the opportunities are there. They just don't get the same opportunities as me. That's what and I thought, because at first I wasn't going to watch, but then I just sat there and watched it, and I was like, a whole lot of them need to see that, but they don't feel the need to give others opportunities because they want to keep the wealth. They want to. It's just a sick society. America's and it's not America. It's the world. When there are people in power, there's always got to be somebody belittled, somebody that's less than, somebody that doesn't deserve anything else. That's humans. That is a human fault in the world. It's not just America, but because we're in America, we feel it more. Because even when I was in Germany, Germans were racist too, prejudice, whatever you want to call it. I felt in some days when I was in northern Germany, I felt it more than I in southern Germany, because northern Germany didn't have as many military bases as the southern part of Germany did, and I felt more of it there. My ex-husband went to get me a cup of coffee at the train station, and the man wouldn't serve him. It's like, woo, I can't wait to get out of this country. I cannot wait to get out of this damn country. Go back to my own racist country. Oh, yes, Darcia, you're right. In fact, that is partly why the racist party is chitting themselves and white children are being born at record lows. Oh my God. No, ma'am. I shopped Joann's clearance online and I was gifted 4 crates of yarn. What? I'm good. That's right, Brianna. Let me see. He said he's not going to run again because he don't plan to leave. Yeah, the turtle. Mitch, the turtle. VJ, have you tried Etsy? Get your pressure down to buy or sell. Let me see. Yeah, this chance during the second impeachment, and he didn't, Mitch. Nope, he didn't. Not at all. I think Scam Goddess said the bling bishop was in the same prison as Diddy. He is. He is. Oh my goodness. No, cause their prices are higher. I won't live long enough to use the yarn I have. Me either, girl. That's exactly how I feel. That's why I went over and picked up hey Lisa B, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. I'm getting ready to get off of here. I've ranted enough about how screwed up America is. But I went over and just picked up some yarn from the Dollar Tree just because I wanted to use it for the plushie but I was tempted to go because both of my Joann's are closing. So I was tempted to go and see what they had, but I was like, when I look around and I go into the garage, I don't need any more yarn. I don't need more yarn. No, I don't need any more. I have to buy what I need to complete a pattern. I don't need to buy any more. Let me see. Trump was at Epstein's Island and yeah, Trump, Clinton, a whole lot of them. A bunch of nasty men. None at all. That's right. You got it, Crystal. When I heard him say, "Oh yeah, I go into the Miss Teenage, and the girls are naked," I was like, "You are disgusting." And then he made that comment about if his daughter wasn't his daughter, he'd date her or something crap like that. He's garbage. He is straight garbage. when you look at his books, he's upside down. That's why he's selling all this stuff. Sue everyone that has mean coin. I heard somebody talk about somebody stole his Trump coin. A lady went to, let me see, who was that? It had to be down here. I had to have seen it on the news. I was like, this is the idiot that said crypto was fake, but yet and still he got a crypto coin. Anywho. West Virginia Mountain Mama. I saw somebody singing that too. But I have friends from West Virginia. I love them. Sweetest couple. We met them on the cruise. They come down for the game. They sent us a gift for Christmas a year before. Very nice couple. And they're like-minded people like me. BJ, I can't prove it, but I believe he is near broke. Oh, I bet he is, and CBS kind of sued, so he's going to lose more money. What did they sue for? Because he sued ABC, and ABC won. I mean, ABC lost. They had to pay him, I think, $15 million because George Stephanopoulos said that he was I think he said he was guilty of rape or something like that, but it was wrong. Whatever term he used, because he sits around, all he does is sue people. And I think they had to pay him $15 million because of that one thing that George Stephanopoulos said. I was like, It is the only USA that voted that food wasn't a human right. Girl, healthcare and food are not right. There's no, as far as I'm concerned, if they had their way, nobody would have any rights. I want to know how Trump gets away with charging the government for the Secret Service at Mar-a-Lago when they are protecting him, because they are stupid. They let him do that. That's why. When he went to his golf course, he made them stay wherever they would be. He made them stay anyway. Anyway for him to make money. It's the same thing when he bought the old post office in DC and made it a hotel. Everybody that came in, the dignitaries and all of them had to stay at his hotel. Because they're stupid. They let him do it. ABC didn't lose. They settled out of court. They could have won, I heard. Yep, but they settled. Was it pushing them out of press conferences? It's just garbage. I'm gonna say after I heard that he still cannot let them in. Okay, I'm getting off of here. I think I've cleansed my soul for a minute. I'm going to go and work for a little bit. Then I'm going to go, sounds like Elon did with Twitter when they got lawyers to force him to buy them. When he owned it, he didn't want to pay for the Twitter lawyers. Oh, pray for America, people. If you're not an American, pray for America, because we are in a hot mess. I enjoyed you all thoroughly. Yes. This is, as far as this is freedom of speech. I'm talking about crochet, and what is my thing says? Saturday craft and chat with Gigi. The chat happens to be whatever is going on, and right now we got a hot mess going on in America. God help us all. Anyway, I appreciate you all joining me. I hope you all have a good rest of your weekend. Stay warm for those that are in the cold, and hopefully it'll rain here someday. I want it to rain. I don't want to have to run my sprinkler. I turned it on because I had my lawn man to plant my poinsettias that had been sitting out on my entryway since Christmas, before Christmas, and they weren't getting prettier. They were getting real peaked. I was like, let me get these things planted before they all die on me. I love to plant my poinsettias. They grew really nice one year, and then they finally died. Let me see. Also, fabric arts and politics have always been linked. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Everyone have a blessed weekend. I'm going over to see what Roland has to say. Oh, yeah, I'll probably be over there seeing what he has to say, too. Love you, Gigi. Great live. Thank you, Darcy. I love you, too. To everybody, thank you. Have a good rest of the evening. Everybody stay safe. Keep crocheting. Bye-bye.